welcome to Murder.
And everything else.
My name is Joy.
And my name is Cheryl, and Joy and I are two very old friends who are going to talk about murder and everything else. So, Halloween just passed, and I gotta say, it is a very strange tradition when you really think about it. Especially in this day and age where we're just going to strangers' houses. Well, I guess if you go in your own neighborhood, they aren't strangers. But anyway, we didn't have that many trick or treaters. Did you? I wish we had more. I love seeing the little ones, little toddlers
Yeah.
dressed up.
We had one family. That was it.
Why
One
are you?
family.
Oh my
What?
god! Are you serious?
Yeah, that was it. Two little kids, a little baby in a stroller, and a little girl who was maybe 3. And the parents were so cute because they dressed in like a family theme. I think they were some kind of kitty cats from like a kids kitty cat show. Um, and so I'm glad I didn't spring for the Timu Elmo costume that was like $400 that I really wanted to buy.
Oh, so you could pass out candy in it?
Yeah.
Or you were gonna go
Oh,
trick or treating?
I mean, who knows? Whatever fits your fancy, but
Oh,
I love strolling around the neighborhood in a costume. One year I brought home some lederhosen I found, and I forced Gabe to put it on, and he went from door to door, and the neighbors were howling. They thought it was so funny. So,
and what did you wear? Or you both had them on? I never saw a
oh
picture of
no.
that.
So I have a default, which is I put on a pair of Gabe scrubs and I put on a lab coat and I go with a stethoscope around my neck as a doctor or nurse.
Hmm.
And then he has to wear whatever monstrosity I've cooked up for him.
He's a good sport.
He really is.
But you know what that means? It means that it's going to be Thanksgiving soon, and then it's going to be the end of the year, and that's unbelievable. I can't
Ooh,
believe
that's
how
crazy.
fast the end of the year is coming.
I know. Welcome back to this podcast that's not for kids, friends.
Not for kids. No,
Yep.
no.
That's right. Yeah, you're right, Cheryl. It flies by.
Hmm.
And every year, I, for the last probably 5 years, I'll say, guys, do you want to take the money we would spend on Christmas and like go to Bahamas or go rent a house in like a tropical location or go, and they don't want to. They want to do all the traditions and watch the movies and listen to Mariah Carey sing that all I want for Christmas is you. And so we never go anywhere.
Oh, that's so interesting. I would think that they'd be like, yeah, that sounds good. But you
No,
know
they
what?
don't.
I have yet to see your house, but I imagine from the little bits that I've seen in pictures that your house is a great Christmas house.
Yeah, and you're gonna come and go to my Christmas concert sometime.
Oh, are you doing a concert?
Yeah, I have a Christmas concert, but I know you can't come this Christmas because you're busy writing your memoirs, bone on bone. But maybe next Christmas or the one after.
Guys, she loves saying bone on bone every opportunity she gets. You just want you to know that.
I do.
Well,
It's also gonna be the name of my dog biscuit company.
and her bumper sticker. She's going to be start selling bumper stickers, coffee mugs, and t-shirts.
Yeah,
Um,
and OnlyFans.
well, don't get sick, okay, for your concert. I think that that seems
I
to be a
won't.
trend that you.
I know, right? Although this would be the one to get sick because I got to tell you, one of these songs is freakishly hard.
Hmm. Is it a
Anyway,
Christmas song?
no, we're not doing. Oh, and then somebody just approached me actually last night and asked me if I wanted to sing in the Messiah. And girl, I said yes. So I am so excited because I love to sing. I might even bring my own microphone.
Oh my God.
Right?
Can you imagine?
Anywho,
And you whip out your own microphone.
I know. That would be so amazing. I'm gonna
Oh,
change
well,
it to the Joy Hallelujah chorus. Anyway, Cheryl, you want to take us into our highs and lows?
sure. My low is that I had to peel myself out of bed to join you today because I have
Oh,
had zero, possibly in the negative numbers, energy. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the surgery or the exercises that I'm doing, but it kind of takes a lot of energy to do it because it's not like my knee is not healed yet. So, um,
mhm.
yes, so that's been a real bummer. I mean, I've had zero energy, but I'm here, and I'm sure it's going to change because I'm back on my regular supplements and hormones, whatnot, because they told me to stop it. Um, for to minimize the risk of blood clots. Anyway, so yesterday they told me I could get back on it. Um, so that's kind of my high is that I'm back on my hormones. Um,
And guys, just a quick interjection here for those of you who missed my hormone joke last week. You might want to go back and re-listen to it so that you can catch that. All right, go ahead, Cheryl.
or maybe not. Um, and so that's kind of a high that I got on my hormones yesterday. You know, you're old when you're high is that you got to take your hormone medication.
Oh my
Um,
God.
the other real high is that the weather has finally broken. It's finally we're in the 80s and not triple digits, although it's going back to
Holy
a couple days.
shitballs.
But 80,
That's
oh
just
gosh, I'm so
oh,
sorry.
who's calling?
Sorry. Uh
Publishers Clearinghouse Sweepstakes Award.
exactly. Remember that? I haven't heard
Yeah.
that in a long time. We have to edit it out.
Oh
Edit that.
yeah. It's
Oh, my
Ed
height.
McMahon. Ed McMahon's calling to tell you you won.
Is he still alive?
I don't know, but I'm gonna put that on the list to look up with Regis and Kathy Lee.
That's the subtitle of our it's murder and everything else, and are they still alive?
Yeah,
Um,
that's right.
no, my high is that it's not freaking 120 degrees. That's all I got to say about that. I actually
Oh
need
my
a
God.
light robe in the mornings and the evenings. You don't know how great that is. It's amazing. So that is my high.
Right.
Meanwhile, you're over there freezing in your leg warmers. I know,
I'm
but
freezing.
so what's your high and low?
Okay, so I'm gonna start with my high. I got new eyebrows today. Um, and I just have to say that if you had told me in my 20s or 30s that I would be going to get new eyebrows, like microblading, which, I know I'm slow to the game. I would have laughed you out of the room. I'd been like, no, when the hair falls out, when the boobs hang low, when the chin starts to wobble, I'm just going to accept it and I'm just going to move on. And I never thought that I would be the kind of person to pay for some kind of procedure. Not that I care if anyone else does. If somebody else wants boobs, if somebody wants a new face, somebody wants their navel up around their neckline, I don't care. You do you. But I got to tell you, I I can't stop looking at my eyebrows. And
I,
nobody else would probably notice them unless I pointed them out, but I really really enjoying them. So stay tuned. Maybe I'll get like some fat sucked out of my stomach and injected into my butt, or maybe I'll get some
your
cotton
lips.
balls, yeah, or some plumping in my lips, or maybe I'll get some cotton balls shoved into my boobs or something. I don't know, but guess what? The sky is the limit. So there.
Yeah, people get addicted to this stuff. I'm
That's
telling
right.
you, yeah. But I'm
That's
well,
right.
congratulations. You can throw away all your eyebrow pencils.
I know. And my brow shaper. Oh my
Hmm.
God. I can't wait. Um, and my low is, well, I've changed it like 5 times since we started this podcast that started like 10 minutes ago. But I have to say the low is that there were all these rules and regulations that accompanied getting these eyebrows. And because of my ADHD, I didn't listen to a single one. So thanks to my partner here, Cheryl, who basically clued me into all the rules and regulations because, I don't read instructions. And I probably would have smeared these things all the way down my face. And then I would have looked really crazy when I
It
went
would have
back in
it would have been infected for sure if I had not gone
for,
over
for
the rules
sure.
with you.
Yeah. So, yeah, there are downsides to having disrupted attention span, is what I like to call it. And that is, I don't always, I know how to nod yes and smile at people, but I don't always remember what their name was, where the address is. By the way, I was 35 minutes late because I got lost and didn't know where I was going.
Oh, is that
I Yeah, I struggle with it, directions and people telling me where to go. I'm always on time, but I also when people tell me things, I'll nod and I'll say uh-huh, uh-huh. Yeah. And then I don't know what they've said. And they give me instructions and I walk out and throw them in the trash. Then I
that's
get in the
nice to
car
know.
and drive away. So,
You
yeah.
you got
So,
lost coming home?
no, I got lost on my way there.
Oh,
Luckily, they didn't need an hour and a half. And also, I found out that did you know that when we're like in our 90s, we're not going to have any hair left? That's
oh,
so, I mean, it's kind of, I guess, so low if you like your hair. I mean, we'll have hair in other places, but we won't have like eyebrows and we won't have leg hair. And I'm not going to name all the places where the hair
well,
will
we
be
can.
gone. But
Well,
just
but
liberally apply that whole concept to where you have hair on your body.
well, when we're 90, they'll have some new fandangled uh, method to replace hair or take it from one part of your body and put it somewhere
I
else.
certainly hope so.
Yeah, just imagine what they're going to do in 30 years,
I know. Crazy.
40 years really.
Anyway, if you run into me, people who are listening to this who know me, you'll get to see my new eyebrows. So exciting. Um,
Congratulations.
yep. Anyway, guys, we have some updates today. So remember,
Boy, do we.
those of you who listened last week know that we had no updates, no shout outs, and no letters from our listeners. I kept calling it letters from our readers. I realized that we don't have readers, we have listeners. But you guys, be careful what you wish for because this week we have updates, shout outs, and letters from our listeners. So the updates that I have are we are nearing the end of year one. Can you believe that? Season one, which means in January, we will begin season two of this podcast, which I can't believe that. Can you believe, Cheryl, that we've
No,
almost
that's
completed a whole year of this?
no, it's amazing. That's how fast time goes. It's
Yep.
amazing.
And Cheryl and I are working on some formatting changes, a few production changes, and some general like podcast like facelifts. So hold on to your hats and get ready for what season two is going to bring you. So that's very exciting. Do you have any updates, Cheryl?
No.
No. Okay. So rolling on to shout outs. Okay. First of all, I got so many text messages about the episode that we dropped on Sunday about the Golden Bachelor. Thank you so much to everybody who reached out about the Golden Bachelor. It was so much fun. Thank you so much to Doreen again, who left us an Instagram comment. Thanks to John and Vinka, who sent us murder recommendations for new episodes. Thank you to Francoise and my sister-in-law for the text messages. It's so much fun to get feedback and we love it. So keep it coming.
Sometimes, most times it's nice to have feedback.
Right.
Unless no, we
Right.
had so much fun doing that. We had so much fun talking about the Golden Bachelor, and there's going to be more.
Yep. There's going to be more. Anyway, Cheryl, do you have any shout outs?
No, I don't.
All right. Anyway, the last part is letters from our listeners. Okay, and this is the part, guys. Hold on because this is so exciting. So I remember when Cheryl and I started this, and we kind of went back and forth. What if people send us emails that we don't like or leave us comments we don't like? And Cheryl said, I don't want to know. Remember, you said, I don't want to know if people have negative comments or snarky comments, blah, blah, blah. And
Right.
I remember saying to you, when we start getting hate mail or negative comments, that means that we have arrived. We are on the board. That means that a random listener had to not only click on our link, listen to a snippet or a portion of our podcast, but then they had to take the time to leave us a comment on Spotify, which we actually got this week. And here's what it says. By the way, the listener was Jay Blair. Hi, Jay Blair. Shout out to you. Thank you for your comment. And it says, don't like this show. Poor conversation and dull presentation. Guys, I screenshotted it at like 5:45 in the morning. I texted to Cheryl, who, by the way, it was like 2:45 in the morning at her time, but I knew she'd see it when she woke up. And I was just like, we have totally done it. We got
We've
our
made
first,
it.
yep, we got our first hate comment. And Jay Blair, I just have to say, you hold the distinction of having sent us our first I don't like this show comment, which I am so here for. So thank you, Jay Blair. Anyway, guys, that just made my week.
It made
So,
Joy's week. Yes, for
yep.
sure.
So thank
Thank
you
you
for
so
the
much.
negative comment. Thank you, letters from our listeners. I am so excited to say that this segment seems to be really taking off.
Yeah. Well, I just found it ironic because I thought that we had we had so much fun with that particular episode. And it
Yeah,
seems like a lot, it seems it's the most feedback we've had from people that enjoyed it. And it was like the one episode that everybody loved, and this one random person made a,
right?
there's probably
Anywho,
a troll.
we
That's
love
what I
that
would
comment
say.
so much that we're bringing The Bachelor back by popular demand, Jay Blair.
Exactly. Jay
So
Blair.
that's right. So stand by, Jay Blair. You're going to get some more Bachelor, Golden Bachelor. Anyway, guys, we are taking a sharp turn and leaving murder this week. Cheryl, tell us what we're doing.
We are celebrating my co-host's birthday,
Woo,
Joy's
woo, woo,
birthday.
woo.
Woo-hoo. Happy birthday. Well, it's a little early, but her
It's
birthday
my
is coming
birthday.
up.
Get
It's your birthday.
crazy.
Yes, it is. And did you know that your birthday was on a Wednesday? Do you remember that?
I was born on a
You were
Wednesday.
born on a Wednesday, and it was the 318th day of the year. And the decade was the swinging 60s.
That's
If,
right.
okay, so if you were born on this date, as you were, you have slept for 6,683 days or 18 years. Now, I
Ooh,
don't know.
I thought you were gonna say you have slept with, and I was like, whoa, time out, time
6,680.
out.
I
Woo!
don't
I
have
was like,
those
I got
stats.
family. Listen to this girl. Slow down.
And I don't know what they're basing that on, an 8-hour day. I did not do the calculations, but you have slept for 18 years. Does it feel like you've slept for 18 years?
I'll tell you
Um,
tonight. I'm gonna sleep for 18 years.
let's see. You've been alive for 481,176 hours. And
Oh
to
my
me, it
god.
doesn't seem like that much. I'm not saying you're old or anything, but it doesn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Been
that's
alive for
crazy.
481,176 hours. You are, and this was even crazier. You are 28,870,560 minutes old.
Whoa, that's crazy.
It seems like it just seems like it's not a lot. Again, not
So
saying that you're old, but it just I don't know. It seems weird when it's
I
put
feel like
out
there's
like
a
in numbers.
reoccurring theme of you telling me that I'm not that old. Uh,
Okay, let's see. And you know this, but I'm telling everyone that Joy's zodiac sign is Scorpio, and your Chinese zodiac sign is a monkey. You are a monkey.
yep.
Did you know that?
And yeah, and you know that my oldest child was also born in the year of the monkey?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And what's
So
her?
I think she's a Cancer.
Oh,
But
okay.
so we share a lot of similarities in our well, of course, because she's my daughter, whatever. But anywho, I just think that's fascinating.
That is two monkeys. Um, uh, the people who were born in the year that you were born belong to the Generation X generation. Did you know that? I
Gen
don't
X. Woo
you
woo.
know the whole thing about the generations. Do you?
Yep. Yep, I sure do.
You do? I do not.
Huh.
In researching this, I discovered I am a baby boomer. I'm like right on the end of the baby.
Oh my god. I just would like to stop right here and shout out my friend Vinka, who always calls me a boomer. Uh, I'm
Oh,
sorry,
no, you're not.
Vinka,
Yeah, you're not.
but Cheryl is a boomer. I am a Gen Xer.
That's right, Vinka. Um, Joy is the Gen X.
That's
The
right.
X, I'm just going to say this for people who don't know because I didn't know. The X label came from Douglas Coupland and this generation's mantra of anti establishment and mindset of pushing back on authority figures. Like the baby boomers, many got on the property ownership bandwagon and at a younger age than the generation coming after them. Until COVID-19, Generation X benefited from a time of economic prosperity. As a result, they experienced and embraced small business and entrepreneurial opportunities. And here you are with your podcast,
I
with your
I
podcast.
know. I can't believe that you're a boomer. I'm so excited that you're a boomer
Why?
because from now on just gonna call you Boom. I'm gonna be like, okay. I'm gonna be like, okay, Boom.
You know what? I didn't know it either. I this whole Gen X and the millennials, I can't even say it. Did you know that they're also known as Generation Y? I didn't even know all this stuff.
I knew that it was X and then Y because
Y
Y,
comes after X.
right? But millennials also don't millennials come after Y?
No, they're also known as Generation
Wait,
Y.
but like Gabe is generation Y, but I thought millennials were like 90s to 2009.
No, okay, Generation Y, otherwise known as the Millennials, were born between 1980 and 1994.
Oh, so that means Gabe is not a generation Y, he's a generation X. All
Oh,
right. Exciting. That means we actually are in the I always felt like because I'm a little bit older, I'm always like in a different decade than he is, but guess
mhm.
what? We're both Generation X. Wah, wah, wah,
Oh,
wah, wah. I'm
isn't
going to
that
tell him
interesting?
that.
Yeah. And then after Y comes Z, and then after Z comes Generation Alpha, who were born between 2010 and 2024.
Oh, God.
I know it's so amazing to see that date. You
Oh,
know how when
God.
you do like a maybe not a survey, but it's you're filling out something that like is taking statistics, and they check that you have to check a age group that you're in. You know, like
Yeah.
10 to 18, and then 19 to blah, blah, blah. And it's just I'm like way at the end now. You know what I mean? Like before you were like
Yeah.
at the beginning.
I I still check 34 to 45 just
I
to fuck
bet you do.
around. Yeah, I'm
I
like,
bet
they don't
you
need to know
do.
my age.
I looked up, I wanted to find famous people that were born on your birthday, in the same year, your actual birthday. But it's a bunch of people nobody's ever heard of. So I thought that's not going to be fun. So I found famous people that have your same birthday in a
Whoopi
different year.
Goldberg. Whoopi
Yes, how did
Goldberg.
you know?
Because
Yeah.
I love Whoopi
Do
Goldberg,
you?
and
Okay.
I've known that for years.
Oh, okay. Yes. Whoopi Goldberg, Gerard Butler. Do you like him?
Ew, no, I don't like him.
Why?
I just don't. I
Okay.
don't know. He does nothing. He
Enough
does nothing
explanation.
for me.
Joe Montagna, Montagna,
Montaigne? I don't
Montagna.
know. I don't.
Steve Zahn. I love Steve Zahn. Do you like Steve Zahn?
He's okay.
Okay, and this one might excite you because he was on Sex in the City. Chris
Jason
Rock.
Momoa. Oh no, he got me too'd and timed out.
Oh, I didn't know that. But you want to know
Yeah.
something? It's so funny that you say Jason Momoa because when I first went to look for celebrities, his birthday is, on the same day as yours. He popped up and I was so excited. And then I was like, something made me double check it. I don't know what, so like I'm
Did you
hoping.
check with your family in Hawaii who happens to be his
Yeah, yes,
neighbor?
they have a special connection to him. No, whole bunch of pictures and names came up, and
Huh.
I was so excited that he was on there. Um, and then I don't know what made me look, but I actually Googled when is Jason Momoa's birthday, and he's a Leo. He's August 1st. So
Oh,
yeah, so I'm so glad that I checked it, and I hope these people are right. But I'm only relying on what's on the internet. Oh, well,
that's
I
right.
didn't know Chris Noth was Me Too. I thought you'd be excited about that. But you're excited about Whoopi Goldberg. Okay. In America, the song, it's okay. Guess which song by the Beatles was at the top of the singles charts?
Hey, Jude.
Yeah. How did you know that?
I just guessed.
Oh, really? Well, that was the number one
Yeah.
song, or it was at the top of the
No
chart. Check.
way.
Lyndon B. Johnson was the president of the United States, and the movie Funny Girl is at the top of the box office. The year
Oh,
that you were
that was
born.
Barbara Streisand.
Did you like her old stuff? Some of her old stuff is really.
I don't think I've ever seen. Oh, maybe I have seen Funny Girl. Yeah, I've seen Funny Girl.
What about What's Up, Doc? And
I've
there.
not seen that.
Oh, Cat.
I have seen
There-
A Star Is Born. She was great in that. And
there's
I
the
have
one.
seen Yentl, and she was great in that. And also Prince of Tides. She was great in that.
She was in Prince of Tides.
Dude, she played the therapist.
Oh my God, I haven't seen that for so
I
long.
can't believe you don't remember that.
No, I don't. Did you see the one with her and Robert Redford? I think it was Cat on a Hot Tin. Oh no, I'm
Oh,
thinking of Jane Fonda. Oh my
oh,
God. Who
oh,
knows?
you mean wasn't she also in Meet the Fockers?
I've never seen that.
Oh.
I thought she was. Am I thinking of Jane Fonda? Cat on a Hot Tin Roof film, 1958. Elizabeth Taylor, Paul Newman. I'm not even
Oh,
thinking about the
girl.
right movie. Anyway, Funny Girl was at the top of the box office. Okay,
Cool.
the most common car on the road, the year that you
Was
were
a
born.
Ford Mustang.
Nope, a Volkswagen Beetle.
Ooh, that's cool.
And sales of the vehicle increased following the release of that year's film, The Love Bug. Did you see any of that? Because I know you didn't really watch
Herbie. It was Herbie the Love Bug.
Yeah, and its subsequent spin-offs. Those are cute.
Yep.
And then Oliver won the Academy Award for Best Picture that year.
Ooh.
Harold Wilson is the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. On television, people were watching popular shows such as Bonanza, Steptoe and Son. I had never heard of that.
Me either.
Steptoe and Son, I Dream of Jeannie, and Adam
Ooh, I love
12.
that.
Did you watch that?
I used to watch reruns of I Dream of Jeannie, and I just always remember thinking, why why is she like his servant?
Yeah.
Because like he was always telling her what to do, and she was always having to get him out of scrapes. And I just remember thinking, what a numbskull. Like he could never do anything right And then she was always having to fix his problems. And then in the end, he never freed her. She was still just a genie in a bottle. And
How
why
did
was she,
it? I don't even know. I used to watch like reruns of it too, but I don't know how it ended. Did
I
she
don't
stay?
know. But why, like, because she was also in love with him. And I don't know, it was just it was genuinely like, it was a time period where, like women had a certain lane in TV shows, but it was really dated. If you go back and watch that and like Three's Company, it is so dated.
Yeah,
It just doesn't work by today's standards.
no, but I would like to know how they ended that, how the show ended. Um, okay, also in the year you were born, a new hippie subculture has emerged, bringing with it laid back bohemian styles, frayed bell bottom jeans, Jesus sandals. I love that, Jesus sandals. Is that what we called it back then? When I saw that, I was like, what? Maybe Roman sandal? I don't know. Jesus sandals. Crushed,
Funny.
crushed velvet suits and bright tie-dye t-shirts are all popular items of clothing at that moment. I love
Groovy,
that.
baby.
I
Groovy.
love
It's
that
like
stuff.
Austin Powers, right?
I love that. Do you? And didn't it go
Yeah,
into the 70s too? Wasn't the 70s a bit?
yeah. I love that whole like Austin Powers vibe.
Yeah, I do too. I think this
That
clothing was.
all those Jackie O like iconic dresses where
Mm-hmm.
they wore like sleeveless dresses that were kind of like shifts but had like maybe like some decorative buttons on the front or fake pockets. I
Mm-hmm.
just love that with like the boots that came like 3/4 up the leg, and they were
Mm-hmm.
like usually
White.
patent with a white with a block heel. I just
Yeah.
love that
Yeah,
look.
I love hippie. I love bohemian stuff.
Yep.
Okay, also, radio stations are playing hit songs from artists such as the Beatles, Louis Armstrong, Otis Redding, the Rolling Stones, Bobby Goldsboro, don't know who that is, and Marvin Gaye. If you were to travel back to this day, notable figures such as Dwight D. Eisenhower, Judy Garland, Brian Jones, and Sharon Tate would still be alive. Ugh.
Wow. Judy
Children,
Garland, is Liza Minnelli's mother.
mm-hmm.
And Judy Garland was my mom's favorite singer, like popular singer.
Oh,
And she
really?
had, yeah, she had a super warbly voice. Remember she did the Wizard of Oz, and when she sang, I always remember hearing her sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow and thinking that she was like 700 years old when she was really only like 28 or something. But her style of singing was like, somewhere,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
oh, and it was like, good God. I was just listening to Christmas music yesterday, and she was singing, um, I wish you, like, unhave yourself. Oh, and I was like, God, how did she not pass out from all that? Oh, I would have been like gasping for air and like hyperventilating. But anywho,
Yeah, vibrato, that kind of vibrato was like the thing back then.
right?
Oh my God. Okay.
And by the way, Liza Minnelli is 77 years old today.
Wow.
So that tells you how old Judy Garland was,
Yeah.
right?
Family of talent. Children and teenagers we're watching television shows such as Lassie, Jot the Dot, never heard of it. Cool McCool, never heard of that. And the Archie Show. I've only heard of Lassie and the Archie Show.
Hmm.
But you were
Oh,
just born, so you weren't watching it.
yeah. Wow.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, how old was Judy Garland in The Wizard of Oz? She was 16 years
Oh,
old.
she,
So she was singing like she was 145 from the time she was very young. That was just the style of singing back then.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that vibrato, that type of that style was
Ah,
very in.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's,
Okay, so the year you were born, children were playing with toys such as Etch a Sketch. Remember that? Did you ever have one of
I
those?
love
I
the
love
Etch a
Etch a
Sketch.
Sketch. Skelex, Skelex Scalectric. I had to look it up. It's a brand of slot car racing sets which first appeared in the late 1950s. Also, they're playing with Captain Action, which is an action figure, and Susie Homemaker. Susie Homemaker was the name of a vintage line of toys that were all related to keeping house, cooking,
Oh
cleaning,
God.
baby care. The big selling point was that these toys worked to a degree, meaning that the burners heated up and the washer agitated. The toys, first released in 1966, were initially marketed entirely to girls for ages 4 to 12 and encouraged kids to clean and cook, just like mom. Despite the toys being incredibly
God.
popular, all of this eventually led to the term Susie Homemaker often being used disparagingly, meaning a woman who is very domestic, traditional, or old fashioned, and certainly not interested in that whole women's lib thing. I had one of those little baking things. I remember that. You
I
actually
wasn't
put the
I wasn't allowed to have the Susie bake oven. And I remember really wanting it because, everybody else had it. But I did have little pots and pans, and I love dolls. I had a lot of dolls.
what kind?
I had
The kind whose
I
eyes open
had
and
a
close?
no, I had a doll I could take in the bathtub and wash its hair that was plastic. I had one that you put the bottle in its mouth and then it
Pee.
had like a hole in the bottom and then the water would just run right, dribble out.
That would pee.
And yeah, it was so cool. I had a Cabbage Patch Kid.
Oh, yeah, I never had
I
one of those. We were young
I
ones.
had so many dolls and I had Barbies and I had like arsenals of Barbies, and I only had 1 Ken, and that Ken got
A lot of
around.
action.
Oh my god, that Ken spent a lot of time in my Barbie bed with different Barbies. I mean, let me tell you what. And I had like vintage Ken, and by the way, vintage Ken came with chones painted on, like underwear, no anatomically correct anything, and he had helmet hair. He actually had brown painted hair. And
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I wish I'd hung on to that Ken because he would probably be
It's
worth
a
a
lot
pretty
of money.
penny today. Yeah.
Hmm. I
Yep.
had one of my favorite dolls was the one that you could make the hair grow. Did you have one of those? You could
Oh
pull the
no,
hair
I
and it would
didn't.
be long, and then you press the button and it goes back short.
No. But
And then,
one of the things I did do is I cut almost all of my doll's hair. Like
why?
I would get a doll and I could not stop myself. I would cut its hair at some point. I give it bangs. I would like give it a bob. And then the other thing I would do is I would get a Sharpie or some kind of marker and I would give it pubes.
Oh my God. Did your mom know you were doing this?
I mean, she had to have, but it just didn't seem like it was like normal until I adjusted, like given it like some features, distinguishing features.
That is hilarious. You are so funny. Okay, let's move on to what the popular baby name on your birthday, your exact
Ooh.
day and year.
I
Okay,
I bet I know what it
okay,
is.
take a guess. Go ahead.
Jennifer
Nope,
or Heather,
nope. In the
Stephanie,
United States, the most popular baby name on your
Lisa.
birthday, yes, Lisa.
Yes, that's
Wow,
so
that's pretty good.
awesome. I
That's
have a
pretty.
cousin Lisa and my husband has a cousin Lisa.
This name,
So,
that's pretty good. You got there in like four guesses. I mean, there's a
yeah.
lot of names out there. This name was given to 49,532 baby girls. Okay, for the boys, what you want to take a guess?
I'm going to say Michael.
Ah, are you looking on the internet right
No.
now?
No,
You better
I'm
not be
not.
cheating. Okay,
Girl, I'm not cheating at all. It's
well,
just,
that was good.
I I think about my cousins and I think about the kids I went to elementary school with and that was such a popular name.
Yep, that was the most popular name on your birthday, and this name was recorded 82,006 times in that year.
Oh my god.
Okay, and here's some random um, uh, facts. It's on your birthday, but it's going to be in different years. Okay, so in 1789, Benjamin Franklin wrote a letter to a friend in which he said this famous quote: "In this world, nothing can be said to be certain except death and taxes." Did you know? I didn't know that's where that came from.
I knew that Benjamin Franklin said it, but I didn't know he said it on my birthday.
Yeah,
I
he said it on
wonder
his birthday.
I
I wonder if
wonder
it had anything to
if
do with it.
I wonder if it was a threatening letter like, if you mess with my wife, there is something certain. Death, your death, and taxes.
I all I know is that I've always thought that is so true.
It's true.
Oh my God. Death and taxes. Yeah, he wrote a letter to a friend.
Hmm.
Yeah, don't you want to know what that was about? I want to
I
know more
know. It's
about that. Like,
very interesting.
what is the context of that? Okay,
Right?
so we're moving on to 1940, your birthday in 1940. The animated film Fantasia had its first public screening and it became one of Disney's more controversial works. Did you see that?
1940.
I know. You know
Wow.
what? I've seen this film and I saw it in the theater and I remember it was kind of scary. It was derided for its portentousness, I had to look that up, and praised for its stunning visual virtuosity. Um,
Hmm.
I remember, did you see it? Like when the brooms come alive?
I
It was
I've
scary.
only seen the part where the brooms come alive and like isn't he like he has to like he's something's being flooded
Yeah, yeah.
and I remember it giving me anxiety that they
Mm,
were all going to drown and so I stopped. I couldn't watch anymore.
yeah, and I did not realize it was 1940. I thought it
Yeah,
was
it
a lot
seems
later than that.
really yeah, it seems a long time ago.
Yeah, but at the time I saw it, I thought it was,
Did you see
like
it?
current.
Did you see it in 1940 when it came out?
Shut up. Okay. But I do remember it being scary, so I can see why it was controversial. Because it's
Ah.
Disney. I mean, Disney should not be scaring the crap out of kids. Okay, so on your birthday in 1952, fake fingernails were first sold.
Oh my god.
I
That's
always,
pretty cool.
yeah, and I'd like to know like who thought of stuff. Who was the first person to think of these things that's so like
It was
popular?
probably someone who chewed their nails.
You think?
Yeah, so they're like, I'm gonna stop chewing my nails by putting false fingernails on.
Yeah. It's so interesting. Okay, and then 1956, U.S. Supreme Court rules race separation on buses in Alabama unconstitutional.
That's great.
Yeah, that's a good one. 1980, Martin Scorsese's Raging Bull, a biopic about boxer Jake LaMotta, had its world premiere and became an American classic, especially known for the Oscar-winning performance of Robert De Niro. Did you see that?
Hmm. I did, but I didn't see it until like probably 97, 98.
Yeah, I don't think I saw it when it first came out. I think I saw it much later.
Yeah, I saw it on VHS, and I will say that it was dated.
Yeah.
Because remember, Robert De Niro by then had done like he was in Awakenings, which was amazing, and he was in other films like I don't know, when did Taxi Driver come? Probably before that. But he was in The Three Godfathers and I mean he just was I don't know, he just had so many more like in the movie Heat and I
I
just
love that movie.
if you had seen Raging Bull in 1980, then that would be pretty monumental, but by 97,
Yeah,
there's
you're
so
right.
many other amazing roles he had been in. He's a great actor.
Yeah. I wonder what good old Bobby is doing now. Okay.
Oh, well, I was gonna say that I thought it was him, but maybe it's his buddy Al Pacino. I think Al Pacino recently became a father for the like bazillionth time. I don't know. But he's like 82.
Oh my God. Well, at least I mean, men can still have them when they're 82. I'm glad that women can't have them when they're 82. I mean, I want to say adopt, but that would just be really like that would not be good. It would not
Oh,
be good.
Oh, yeah. The Godfather actor, 79, revealed in a shocking interview that he has become a father once again. Robert was asked by a reporter from ET Canada what it was like to be a father of 6 children, and the Oscar winner corrected the reporter, saying, 7, actually. I just had a baby.
Oh my gosh. Robert, not
Oh
not Al
my
Pacino,
god.
right? Robert De Niro?
Robert De Niro.
Oh, well, congratulations, Bobby. He has the money to have somebody else pick his baby up.
Right?
Okay, so on your birthday in 1987, the first condom commercial was aired on BBC TV. And I wonder what that
Wow.
looked like.
And that's the year I graduated from high school. So thank
Oh,
you, BBC TV. Because
I'd
I
love to see
probably was going to be needing some kind of
contraceptive.
condom usage later on, shortly thereafter.
And that was to blow it up with and put water in it and use it like a balloon, right?
Exactly. For all the fundamentalist baby showers that I was invited to. Mm.
Okay, on your birthday in 1997, Lion King opens at New Amsterdam Theater in New York City. Have you seen
Ooh.
it? I have never seen it. Did you ever watch Modern Family?
Yes.
Remember when they introduced Lily,
Yes.
Cameron Mitchell, and Mitchell? Somebody says that Cameron's so dramatic, and Mitchell goes, "Why would you say that?" And then he comes out with Lily, and then there's a spotlight on there, and then that music comes on. It is so classic. Oh my god. I've
Oh,
never
God.
seen it, you know that, but I heard that it's
Shut the
amazing.
front door.
No, I've never seen. What came first, the movie or the play?
The
Uh,
movie.
oh yeah, so I saw the movie and then I stopped there. Um,
Okay.
where did you see it? The live show.
Oh, I haven't seen the live one. I thought you said you hadn't seen the movie.
Oh, I thought you meant you. No, I haven't seen the live show. I heard the live show is
Oh, I heard
amazing.
it's great, but
The way they do the
I
costumes and
can't I
everything.
can't get I have a hard time getting people to go to those kind of shows with me. So I have to kind of spring it on, like I have to surprise,
You have to
like
trick them.
ambush. I have to ambush a family member.
You have to trick Gabe. You're like,
Yeah,
we're going to see we're going to see Sixth Sense 2.
yeah,
And then you
right.
take him to the Lion King.
And then it's like, surprise, it's an ABBA tribute band.
Oh my God. Oh, he's such a good sport. Okay, on your birthday in 1998, Monica Lewinsky signed a deal with St. Martin's Press for the North American rights to her story about her affair with US President Bill Clinton.
Good for
You
her.
know, she's doing all right. She really blossomed. She looks really
She
good. And I think that,
She's doing all right. You're right. And she has a very active presence with regards to anti-bullying initiatives online,
mhm,
and she's very active on Twitter, and I appreciate whenever she chimes in because I feel like she is a cautionary tale for the misogyny and for, like, what we do, what the double standards that we hold for men and women in our country still to this day. So thank
yeah.
you, Monica Lewinsky, for paving the way for all that cyberbullying, for all the, like, not even like um thinly veiled misogyny and all that kind of stuff, because she's got some thick skin. I mean, I'm sure she didn't at the time, but she's developed some very thick skin, and she's very what's the word? Um She's just very self-composed, and she is a good speaker and a good
Mhm,
writer,
mhm.
and I can't very verbose, and I appreciate her insight because she has lived 1,000 years in the short time she's been on this planet.
Yes, well said. I agree. I went down a little rabbit hole one night and looked her up. I don't know what made me think of her, but I am really happy that she persevered and she didn't just fade away from the public eye and, with her tail
Right.
between her legs, so to speak, and just go off and, she really has, yeah, she's used her experience to speak out and again,
Yep.
she I know that's so shallow of me, but she looks amazing. But yeah, I'm really glad she didn't shy away from the public eye. I'm really
She
glad
really
she's
does look amazing.
okay. So I am going to finish on the zodiac signs because I don't know if you're into it, but I am. And when I read through this, I'm like, this doesn't sound like Joy at all. So you tell me what parts of this you identify with and what you don't. I'm going to do both the I don't know. Is this the American zodiac? What is the regular zodiac calendar where you're a Scorpio? What do we call that?
Oh, that is the astrological signs. No?
I don't know. But I'm gonna go over your Chinese in regular. I don't know what it's called. Okay, so Joy is a Scorpio, and Scorpio is one of the most misunderstood signs of the zodiac because of its incredible passion and power. Scorpio is often mistaken for a fire sign, but in fact, Scorpio is a water sign that derives its strength from the psychic, emotional realm. Like fellow water signs, Cancer and Pisces, Scorpio is extremely clairvoyant and intuitive. Does that sound like
Yes.
you? You are?
I always say that I'm very, very intuitive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know
I
what?
always joke around and tell Gabe that I know, like, but I've always heard that Scorpios are otherworldly. Like, we just have a sixth sense.
Well, that's what it says.
It's
And it
true.
says
I believe it.
Pisces too. And I think my sister is like that. She's a Pisces. Okay.
Ooh.
What makes this water sign unique is its distinctive venomous sting.
Hmm. It's true.
Like
Once you've
there's
been stung by a Scorpio, you never recover.
okay. Like their celestial spirit animal, the scorpion, Scorpios live in wait and strike when least expected. Life is a game of chess for these calculating water signs who are constantly plotting several steps ahead in order to orchestrate an eventual checkmate. This doesn't mean their intentions are necessarily nefarious. Scorpios simply know what they want and aren't afraid to work hard and play the long game to get it.
Ooh,
You?
I like that. I like that. I am not a nefarious person, and I actually don't have like a malicious bone in my body.
But you
But
have a
I
venomous sting.
but I can tell you that when I was younger, um, it was important for me to win. And I will also say that when I play games, I like to win, like
Okay.
board games and stuff. Yeah, I am a very competitive game player, but I will say that now that I'm older, I'm it's not so much about winning because, your priorities change.
Right, right.
But I
Okay.
will say that when people try to draw like conclusions that make no sense, or it's very important sometimes, and I have to like remove myself sometimes from situations because I realize that um logic doesn't matter to a lot of people. Logic doesn't factor in when people feel a certain way. And so when I say, well, that doesn't really add up, they don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
It's like, so I do have to sometimes remove myself from the equation and go, okay, obviously when people have invested in something, they're not necessarily using logic.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay. Scorpios never show their cards, and their enigmatic nature is what makes them so seductive and beguiling. Scorpio is the sign most closely associated with sex. The part of the body that Scorpio governs is the genital area. Sex isn't solely about pleasure for these sensual scorpions. They also crave the physical closeness, spiritual illumination, and emotional intimacy sex can provide. Do you govern the genital area?
Let's get it on. Jam, chicka, jam, bam, 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 bam,
I know
bam,
that she is
bam,
very
bam.
obsessed with the color of pubes.
Okay. I respectfully am going to plead the fifth. Uh
Okay, understood. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, the planet that governs both destruction and transformation. On a good day, Scorpion energy is ambitious and enticing. On a bad day, however, the shadowy side of Scorpio is fueled by a relentless desire for control. Power
ooh.
hungry Scorpios must remember that if controlled by their egos, they are at risk of poisoning themselves. This sign is at its best when that intrinsic intensity is applied to deep, soulful connections with friends and lovers. When they build trust with others, Scorpios demonstrate unparalleled empathy, depth, and commitment that brighten even the darkest parts of Scorpio's magical psyche. Generally, the most compatible signs for Scorpio friendships and romantic relationships
Taurus.
are fellow water signs.
Oh.
Cancer, other Scorpios, and Pisces, as they speak the
Oh.
same emotional language. Earth signs Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn, who they appreciate for stability and groundedness. Wait a minute, what am I saying? Fellow water signs and then Earth signs. Virgo, yeah, Taurus, Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn.
Yeah. So I remember reading somewhere that that uh Scorpio's most successful marriage was with Taurus, but I don't know very many Taurus.
Yeah, and
So,
this is
and I'm
it,
married to a Leo.
you're a Leo and I'm a Leo. We're
Yeah.
not mentioned anywhere in
And
there.
but you know what? One of my children is a Cancer,
Mhm.
and I believe the other one is an Aquarius.
So
So, I
fellow
mean,
water signs. Yeah.
yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I don't I used to read my horoscope daily, like in
Oh,
high
you
school.
did?
Like, oh yeah, I used to think it was so fascinating. Then later on, but like, it would say stuff like, "Ooh, money will be good at the end of the month, and don't spend a lot of money this month, and remember that love is in your house in the third week of the blah blah blah." And I would be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna have to buy a cute pair of shoes because love is in the house, and I have to go out."
So what about this? You are fueled by a relentless desire for control. Is that right? Is that accurate?
I will say that I yes, I
Yes.
I have yeah, it's something I struggle with. I like to be in control of things, and I will agree to the thing you said about ego. I have had to learn to like take my ego out of a lot of things. Ego is a lot of why people argue and why people don't see eye to eye. I mean, it makes perfect sense. I want my way, you want your way, right? And
Yeah.
I also agree with the thing about like being very like what did you say, something about people being very like Scorpios being super like not letting a lot of people into the inner sanctum and very selective, and so I do
It's
agree with that. As we get older, I feel like it's harder to kind of open up and to like let people get to know those parts of you. So I do and I don't think that's specific to Scorpio. It's probably specific to everybody as they get older. It's like,
no,
you
I'm
meet.
doing the Benjamin Button thing. Remember we talked about that in the last one? You were
Yeah,
like, you
that's
don't know that.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you like, "Hi, my name's Cheryl.
Yeah,
I
my
like
social
red
security
I
number
like
is
red glasses and I fart when I sleep and my favorite candy is red vines."
yeah. People are like, enough, enough. Wait for the next time I see each other. Um,
That's funny.
Okay, let's talk really quickly about your Chinese zodiac. So there's different monkeys. Did you know that? You're
Ooh.
an earth monkey.
I'm an earth monkey.
Your personality is sharp, smart, but naughty. I thought that was so funny.
Like
Sharp,
mis
smart,
but
but
like
naughty.
but like mischievous naughty, right?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, because people born in a year of the monkey have magnetic personalities and are witty and intelligent. Check.
Huh,
Personality traits like mischievousness, curiosity, I can't talk, and cleverness make them very naughty.
that's funny.
What do you think of that?
That's funny. I definitely was naughty when I was younger. Like I was very yeah,
I
but
wonder
I
what
don't
they
I
mean by
don't
naughty, though.
I don't think I'm really naughty now.
Mischievousness,
Interesting.
curiosity, and cleverness make them very naughty. Okay,
Interesting.
now see, I don't see, and I didn't know a lot of that what you agreed with the Scorpio. Like, I don't know that
Hmm.
side of you. You
Huh.
don't seem, yeah, you don't seem like that. I have another friend, a Scorpio, that I wouldn't say these are her traits either. But okay, monkeys are masters of practical jokes because they like playing most of the time. Although they don't have bad intentions, their pranks sometimes hurt other people's feelings. Monkeys are fast learners and crafty opportunists. They have many interests and need partners who are capable of stimulating them. While some like the eccentric nature of monkeys, others don't trust their sly, restless, and inquisitive nature. Although they are clever and creative, monkeys can't always exhibit their talents properly. They like to accept challenges and prefer urban life to rural life. Is that true?
Oh, no, because I like rural life now.
No.
But does it say anything about monkeys having ADHD?
No. They didn't have, they had earth monkey, water monkey, and they didn't have an ADHD monkey.
That is so interesting. I read
Do
somewhere
you
that
like
monkeys like to make money and are very like good at making investments. And I was like, that's not this monkey. This monkey likes to buy her some shoes.
do you like playing practical jokes?
I love I love humor, but I am not really a practical joker. Like I love humor and I love cracking jokes and I love listening to jokes and I love making people laugh, but I wouldn't call myself a practical joker. Like I'm not like balance the cup over the door and you know what I mean?
Right, like that
But if
couple
yeah, but
at the
if
sheep
somebody
lagoon.
but if I see an opening for a funny comment or a funny antic or a oh, I have a hard
You're
time
there.
passing that up.
I know. Okay, and you're most compatible. The monkey is most compatible with the dragon and the rat. The dragon shares the
Huh.
monkey's curiosity and excitement for life. They are both positive and lively, so there is never a dull moment between people who share these two zodiac signs. I am a dragon. Isn't
Huh.
I was gonna say Bodhi. How did Bodhi get in here? Isn't Gabe a dragon?
No. No, he's a wood rabbit.
Oh, I thought he was a dragon. Oh, okay. Who do you have any rats?
Um, Chloe is I said Chloe's a monkey, and let's see. Oh, and my other kid is a pig, Year of the Pig. So
Oh, okay.
it's interesting. Huh, a dragon. My youngest brother is a dragon. And then who else? What did you say besides dragon?
Rat. Monkey is
Rat.
most compatible with dragon and rat.
Huh, and you're a dragon,
I'm a
huh?
dragon.
That is so fascinating.
It's so
See?
interesting because I think some
Isn't
of
that
this is very
interesting?
true. I do think that some of the characteristics are are accurate. I really do. Okay,
Right?
I know we have to start wrapping up, but I don't know how you feel about this, Joy, but in your past life, you were a female in your last earthly incarnation. You were born
Ooh.
somewhere around the territory of Saudi Arabia,
Somewhere. No,
approximately. It
I
says
don't
you're
want to
born
be
somewhere around
somewhere.
the territory of Saudi Arabia, approximately on 600. I don't know, 600. Um, your profession was shepherd, horseman, forester.
As
Didn't you
opposed to
shoe
as a
shopper
as opposed to what like what kinds of jobs could women have
in
in the
Saudi Arabia?
year 600 in Saudi Arabia? I mean, come on.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
sorry. Hello, ma'am. Can you point me in the direction of the shepherd? I'm like, oh, maybe I was. I'm like, oh, you mean the town where the sheep live? Here, let me show you. Have you looked at my new shoes? These are the shoes of a shepherd.
And you were
And I
wearing
have to
Jesus
tell
sandals?
you,
Were
yeah,
you wearing
right.
Jesus?
I was wearing Jesus joy sandals. Maybe I was one of the shepherds that pointed the three wise men in the direction of the
Oh,
Christ child at Christmas when the shepherds were in the field, even though it was too cold in December.
see? Wow. If you could pick what you came back, if you believe in reincarnation and you were going to come back in another life, what would you like to be, or where would you like to be, or whatever?
Ooh, I think it would be fascinating to be like a FBI agent, or I think it would be fascinating to be like a Navy SEAL,
Mm-hmm.
or it would be really interesting to be a personal shopper for someone really wealthy.
Don't you want to
Oh,
be the person that's
also,
wealthy and have somebody else shop for
also,
you?
it will be really fascinating to be a nurse in the 1950s because everybody had to take their temperature rectally. So you
Oh
literally spend your whole day sticking thermometers in people's bums.
God. Oh Lord have mercy. Well, Joy, happy birthday. Would you like to tell?
Thank you.
Do you have like a most memorable birthday at any age, whatever age it is?
Huh. Well, I think I've mentioned this before, but I share my birthday. I have a twin brother. So that's pretty cool.
Mhm.
And um to our listeners out there, um you can guess what my twin brother's name is. And I'll give you a hint, it rhymes with joy. And so
Toy,
there's
soy.
limited names that rhyme with joy. But I will say that probably all the birthdays that we got to spend together were memorable because,
Aw,
I'm 15 minutes older than my brother. And so when you share a birthday, it's part of your identity. I remember people referred to us as the twins. They didn't refer to us like by name a lot of times. And everybody knew who the twins were because we were the only twins in our extended family. And then the other thing is you learn that everybody has their birthday and it's their birthday. But when you have a twin, you have that distinction that you always share that day with someone else.
and
So it was kind of
you didn't mind it not being about just you,
no, because I can tell you that I don't know any differently.
right? And
And
don't
I always felt like it was special because nobody else in our extended family
had your
had a
birthday.
twin. So, if any of our listeners out there are twins and you guys can identify with what I'm talking about, or triplets, or quadruplets, or quintuplets, or octuplets, I don't know what it goes to, but if you can identify with it, write to us at murderandeverythingelse@gmail.com and let us know. Because I didn't know a lot of twins when I was a kid, but I feel like now, with all different kinds of fertility available to women and men, I feel like there's so many more sets of multiples than there used to be.
Yeah, I know you guys have a special bond. It's pretty cool. I have brothers that are twins,
Oh, yeah. I
but they don't
forgot
listen
about
to
that.
this. Sorry.
We need to get on that.
Oh
Ooh.
boy. Well, happy birthday, Joy.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
I'm wondering, like, there's got to be special zodiac like information for twins. There's a huge twin convention, like retreat or whatever. I don't know what's called, but it's in Florida every year, and it's just for twins.
Oh,
And I've
wow.
always thought, yeah, they get mostly identical twins because obviously, you know, that's the other thing is growing up, I would always say, oh, yeah, we would say we're twins. And I swear to you, it's just like, okay, there's two things people have asked me my whole life when I say I was born in Korea. They'll literally say north or south. And I'm like, like, what the actual fuck? And then the other question is I'll say, I have a twin brother, or we'll be standing there and we'll say, we're twins. And they'll go, identical or fraternal. And I'm just like, uh, like, I mean, I get it. Maybe they think we're like a sideshow of some sort or like a circus act. But here's a little tidbit for those of you who might not know this. If one of you is a boy and the other one is a girl, you can't be identical. You might look a lot alike, which is great because you're brother and sister, but because you are not identical, meaning like one baby's born with ding dong, the other one's born with a boo boo, you cannot
Oops.
be
Choo
identical.
choo. Oh my
So there
gosh.
you go. You heard it from this
You heard it here.
biological like brainiac. One's got a ding dong and one's got a boo boo,
They are
and
not
they not
identical.
identical.
Well,
Ugh.
I have brothers that are twins, and Kevin is a twin. So you actually have quite a few
Oh my
twins.
God, I
I forgot about
forgot.
that too. I just remembered.
Yeah, and Kevin has a same like initial name brother, twin brother.
Yeah, and they are fraternal. They look nothing alike.
That's so interesting.
Yeah,
We should do a whole episode
on twins.
on twins.
Okay, let's do it.
Ooh, stay tuned. Anyway, Cheryl, this was great. And even though we didn't talk about murder today, you know what is a crime?
What's that, Joy?
That we are out of time.
Oh, that is a crime. Well, thank you for listening, everyone, and don't complicate your day. All creativity, commentary, and opinions in this podcast belong to Cheryl and Joy. Music composed and mixed by Gabe McKeon. Logo and merch created and managed by Kevin Callan. Podcast editing and advertising by Joy McKeon. Legal representation provided by John Bojezek. Please like, subscribe, follow, and listen. You can listen to us on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, you can find us on Instagram and YouTube, and you can email us at murderandeverythingelse@gmail.com.
Bye, fishes.